is very difficult for me to be happy and direct in Oregon. And I'll give you an example. Like I said, I'm an immigration attorney, so if I have a client in my office and I'm having a consultation, many of the times they're telling me that they're in distress, that they are in an immigration hold, and that they have to come up with $20,000 to be able to get out of a jail situation. And they have children. And then I'll go to a meeting at City Hall or I'll go to a meeting in Salem, and we're talking about bicycles and conserving energy and hugging each other and creating a great, prosperous state when the Latino children can't even go to school. So that's why it's kind of difficult for me to have a happy, excited, direct life in Portland. But I feel that I need to. I need to be happy for the successes I've had, be a role model for the students coming behind me, and be direct with the legislators and with the leaders that have no idea that this population exists. Being a leader just has started since I was a little girl in the migrant camps of Watsonville. I remember I went to Freedom School, and before we enrolled in Freedom School, my father worked in the fields, and so did my mom. So we were literally in the sand castle of the camps, and I remember this white, blonde, beautiful lady calling me a spick, and not never really understanding what that meant, and being really thoughtful of, wow, why is this person angry at me? I've not done anything to her. I'm a 3-year-old child. I always take my leadership position from that memory of a child, that whenever you encounter somebody in your life, you have to be gentle yet direct, because my style is very direct. And I think back, I always have to try to communicate with that 3-year-old child that was sitting in that sandbox. And all of us are that child in some capacity or another. That's formed my leadership style in every aspect of my life, from being a mom to the way I interact with my 9-year-old son, who's now bicultural, and to the way I try to communicate to a judge, it's worth keeping this family here, even though they crossed illegally, undocumented, whatever the terminology is. I always try to educate that person to the level I wanted to be educated when I was a little girl. I think the opportunities are, the sky's the limit. I think that our growing population rate of, I don't know if I'm correct, but I think it's like 12% in the state of Oregon or 12% in the nation. I think that that's an undercount. I think that we're more at 20, 25, 30%, but nobody really wants to say that out loud. So I think our numbers are so incredibly positive economically for the nation. Just incredible political opportunities in running for office and representing our population. And we are a working, awesome entrepreneur culture. We're so fantastic, from artistic, the best food in the world is from Latin America, the flavors that come out, the movies, the color. There is no disadvantage. I think that what we need to do is tell our students, your goal in school is to be the best that you can be. If a teacher says that you're not a good student, your job is to prove that teacher wrong, because you're a great student. You come from a great mestizo, Latino, Mexicano culture, Guatemalteco, Colombiano. You're awesome. It's just a given. You're awesome. So the disadvantage is not yours. It's that person, that teacher's disadvantage. How do we do that? We encourage our kids to read, watch film, great stuff that's Latino, and you tell them, God, you're really lucky because you're Latino. My advice is, if you live in Oregon, go to school in the East Coast. If you live in New York City, go to school in the West Coast. And I think Latinos should be like meeting each other across the way and formulating a whole new culture, because we're going to be the culture of the future. I'm so excited for this generation. They're going to change the universe. The other thing I would say is, don't be afraid to reach out to some of us that you see on this video. Pick up the phone, Google us, and say, you know what, she seems so intimidating, but I'm going to give her a call as well. I got a call from a student from PSU 2 days ago asking if I could be one of the people in his project. He's doing a project for the Chicano Latino Studies. I have no time. I'm an attorney. I'm always in the courtroom. But if I get a call from a student, I make the time. I make the time. So my advice is, make those calls, make those connections, think of the universe, and the universe will be yours. the energy and the positive synergy from all the other Latino professionals from all over the state is infectious. I can't think of any moment when I was getting up in the morning and not so excited to come to the Unidos cohort. And I think for me, it's very difficult to say one specific thing I've gotten from the journey. I just think it's focused me and given me more energy to be so excited to be Latina. Like, I feel so happy to be Latina.